Hi everyone, and welcome to Dustin Time. For those of you who are new, I am Dustin, and for those of you returning, welcome back to another building with Dustin. On today's episode, we are going to be doing 20 Culpepper House friends, and that is, it is 20 Culpepper House. Originally, it was, I believe, like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with like an office, yeah. The apartment is 114,259 simoleons. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with laundry, and it uses every pack in the game basically. And I apologize for that. There's a lot of stuff in each of these. Well, I guess not, but still. In this house, this apartment, I designed it for like 3 best friends that have been best friends since they were children, but they grew up to be very different women. Like one of them is a gamer girl, one is a fitness enthusiast, and the other one is kind of like an artist slash writer slash kind of like a nature junkie. She loves nature and she loves to create things. So without further ado, let's get on into the speed build, shall we? Okay, so here we go. So what I started with is the floor plan. I wanted this to be a 3-bedroom, and I also kind of wanted to do a floor plan that I hadn't really seen a lot of people do for this apartment. So I decided to put all the bedrooms towards the front, towards the Spice Market in San Myshuno, and I put the living room and the kitchen and the dining room kind of all as soon as you come in the apartment. So when you walk in the front door, you walk into like a great room kind of situation. Also, this apartment has a split floor plan, like the 2 bedrooms are on that side and they share a bathroom. And then the one that's across, like kind of around over here, it is a master suite. So this does have 2 full bathrooms. It has a laundry room. All the rooms have closets. If you don't have get together, you can just remove those walls and have bigger bedrooms. I've been on an apartment kick here lately, and now that I've done 3 of them, I decided just to do the 4th one in this building and finish this one up. I have not forgot about my townhouses. For those of you who saw them on stream, I am gonna get those, I promise. But I kind of forgot about them, but I didn't. I just haven't done them lately. I've been like on this apartment kick. I get on these kicks every once in a while where I'm like apartment. And I will tell you, I recolored this kitchen like 30 times, and I was gonna try to go with a more wood tone for all the finishes in this apartment, but I couldn't find wood tones in everything that I liked that matched, so it kind of became this thing where I was like, son of a biscuit. So there's that. And per usual lately, there's going to be a slideshow of photos at the end of this one, plus I have included a before and after of an aerial shot of the floor plan, so you guys can just kind of get a better look of what I changed. But I really love the way this kitchen turned out, I'm not gonna lie. I like it a lot. I messed around with this island a lot too off camera, but well, I was recorded, but I decided to edit it out because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see me recoloring the same thing so many times. And plus, like, I've been trying to keep my speed builds down time-wise. But this one I think is like 20 minutes, but what are you gonna do? So one time, I was, speaking of apartments, I'll tell you an apartment-based story. One time, my sister and I lived in this apartment, and the first floor was half underground. So like below the windows and down was underground, and above that, it's like to the ceiling was above ground, and then there were 2 stories above that, and we lived on the top floor. And these apartments were not the best apartments, but they were all right, and the windows didn't have any screens in them. And when we moved in, and I kept telling my sister, I was like, man, we need to call maintenance and tell them that we need screens for our windows. And she's like, yeah, we need to. So one day I think she was leaving or something, and the window was open because it was kind of hot, but it wasn't really like hot enough to use the air yet. So we were just kind of like, using the windows and stuff. And she goes, okay, well, if you're gonna have the window open, don't fall asleep on the couch or anything, which I don't normally do anyway. But she's like, Roscoe might get out, and that's her cat. And so I was like, okay. So I fell asleep on the couch, And I woke up and I'm like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. And I was kind of wandering around the apartment. And then I'm like, oh shit, where's Roscoe? So I started calling for him and I started looking for him under stuff. And so eventually I was like, shit, he's fallen out the window. He's totally fallen out the window. So I like run downstairs and I'm like looking for him, but he's like not in the bushes. So clearly if he did fall down the window, he didn't get hurt. And I'm like losing my mind because I'm like, she's gonna be so pissed off if I can't find her cat. And then all of a sudden I hear meow, meow, and I look, and because I thought he was cut under a car, and I see him like put his hand down out from the motor onto the tire or onto the concrete, and he came running out and like jumped on me. He's like, and like wouldn't leave me alone the rest of the day. It was so funny. But he was fine. I felt so bad. I was like, man, if I can't find her a cat. And then another funny story about my sister. She and I were in Blockbuster one time on a Friday night, and any of you who went to Blockbuster back in the day knows how busy Blockbuster was on a Friday night. And so like we're looking in the kids movies because there was nothing that we really wanted to watch that was new or anything. And she goes, man, these aisles are small. And I go, well, yeah, Steph, they're not designed for big people. And without missing a beat, and I meant like, you know, adults, without missing a beat, she yells, did you just call me fat? I mean, at the top of her lungs. And everybody in Blockbuster's like, and I'm standing there and I'm like, well, we're leaving. I mean, everybody's staring at me, giving me the worst looks on the planet because they think I just sat there and called her fat. And I don't embarrass too often. Super embarrassed. So embarrassed. So embarrassed. It was ridiculous. This is like the third time, I'm not kidding you, that I recolored these cabinets. Insane. I could not make up my mind with this apartment. I really couldn't. And it was making me really angry. And when I'm done, because I have one more apartment left in this building, one of them will be 2 bedrooms, one of them is 1 bedroom, one of them is 3 bedrooms, and then the other one will be a studio, which I just realized I did like the whole circle. I did a studio, a 1 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, and a 3 bedroom. Look at me go, you guys. I love that wallpaper. I would love to have that wallpaper right there in real life, IRL, biatches. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh man, I still think about that time. And then one time my sister and I, we went to, I think I told y'all this, but I don't think so. I don't know. We went to Denny's and we ordered a ton of food because we were hungry. And we ordered a ton of food, and like halfway through it, she's like, man, I need a break. And I was like, yeah, I kind of need a break too. And we both smoked at the time. And she's like, let's go outside. I wish we could go outside and smoke. And I'm like, why can't we? She's like, well, we're not done eating. We haven't paid yet. And I said, we can go outside and smoke. So I took my license out and I laid it on the table, and I looked at the waiter and I said, we're going outside to smoke and then come back and finish all this food. I said, but I left my license on the table. We ain't going nowhere. And so we went outside and sat on the curb and smoked, and then we went back in and ate all of our food. That was funny. It was so late. There for a while, my sister and I were roommates, and we worked at the same place in the same shift. And so we were off together all the time. It was a lot of fun. I'll never forget when I lived with her, I got hit by a deer. Like I was driving down the road, and I had a new car I just bought. Like it was like pretty new. I think it was like basically brand new. And I'm just like driving along, and I was obsessed with that car. And so like I'm just driving along, and this deer just runs into the side of my car. Like I never saw it in front of my car. It just ran into the side of it. And so I pulled over and I called my sister, and I'm like, I'm on my way home and I got hit by a deer. And she goes, oh my God, you hit a deer? And I said, no, I got hit by a deer. I love this TV stand, by the way, you guys. I think it's so cool. I always forget that these cabinets look like the ones from IKEA. So remembering that, I'm going to try to use them more often. But she told me a while back, she's like, I remember hanging up that phone going, oh my God, he's gonna come home and be such a bitch because he wrecked that car. And honestly, I was mad, but I was more like, I kind of was laughing at it because I'm like, I got hit by a deer. So then the joke became that I got hit by a deer and he didn't have insurance. So, ha ha ha. But yeah, I had a lot of fun living with my sister. I miss her. One time I took her to a bar with me and we were both 21, and her and my friend Ashley went and they got so drunk. And then we went to leave and we parked like by my friend's apartment down the road. It was like a few blocks. And of course, like I said, my sister and I both smoked at the time. And we were walking back and we were about halfway and she's like, oh, I want a cigarette. Oh my God, where are my cigarettes? I'm like, oh God, you must have dropped them in the bar somewhere. She's like, no, I had them right before we went outside. I mean, she was drunk. And my friend Ashley was drunk. And I said, okay, well, stand here near this statue. And it was a lion statue. And then I've got pictures somewhere of Ashley like making out statue, but well, just hanging on it. And so I walk back, and right outside the bar doors, my sister's cigarette sitting, like standing up on the ground. And so I pick them up and I walk back while I get back to where I left them. And they're gone, like just gone. And they're so drunk. And keep in mind, she was of age, like she could go to the bar, but she's still my little sister. And so I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get in trouble because she's gonna get arrested or something. I don't know where she's at. So I'm like, there's street lights, but it's not real well lit, and it's not a great area, but she was with Ashley, so whatever, hindsight, whatever. So a few minutes later, I'm like calling their names and I don't hear nothing. And then finally I hear giggling and I realize that it's coming from across the street, and I'm like, those bitches have sat on the other side of the street and just listened to me call and look for them, and they're not here. So I cross the street and the lights are out, but there's a playground over there. And these idiots are sitting on the swings in the dark, like swinging and laughing and just, oh my goodness, it was so funny. So funny. I mean, they were losing it. And then like Ashley and that lion. Too funny. Too funny. Which I don't know if I told you guys this either, but speaking of being at a bar, I love that vase right there. Those island living vases are so pretty. But I don't know if I told you this one before, but my friend Wes and I were at a bar and this guy came up to talk to me, and he was not my type at all. And I guess he came up to talk to me, and he came up between us, and I turned around and like face to face with him. And I thought I said it inside, and I was like, oh dear God, no. And I turned back around. And my friend Wes goes, oh my God. And I'm like, what happened? And he was like, you. And I'm like, what do you mean, me? And he was like, do you not hear what you say to people? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, that guy came up here to talk to you. You turned around and looked him dead in the face and went, oh dear God, no. And turned right back around. And I said, no, I didn't. I said that in my head. And he goes, no, girl, you said that out loud. And this is a bitch that don't give a shit what he says to somebody. So if I shook him up, then he was like, that poor guy's gonna go home and cry himself to sleep or something. And I was like, I'm not a mean girl. I try not to be, but I'm just saying it was just too funny. Too funny. Too funny. So let me tell y'all something that happened. So I told y'all that I was looking for new jobs. Well, I had an interview. It went really well. I liked it. Blah, 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 blah. Waiting to hear back from them. Well, they asked me in my interview about being a manager. And I said that I wasn't really interested in being in management again if I can make decent money in whatever position I was in. I said, but who knows, maybe in a year or so that I would be interested in it. In my head, I said, I'll be interested in it down the road, blah, 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 if I need to be. Well, they took that as that I wasn't looking to stay in the position. And so they gave the job to somebody else because they didn't see that leading to management opportunities. And I'm like, dang it. That is not what I meant. I would have been perfectly happy in that position. So here I thought I was sounding ambitious in my interview, and really I was shooting myself in the foot. So yeah, if interviews weren't stressful enough, now I literally have to watch everything I say. So now we're starting on the bedrooms. This bedroom is the artiste bedroom, as I like to call her, the artiste. I hope you guys like these. They're a little different than what I feel like I normally do style-wise a little bit. I really love the apartments in The Sims 4. I just wish that we could build our own. You know what I mean? I just don't know how that would work unless they gave us the items. I put the mannequin in there because I thought that it might be like one of those ones that she could dress or pose and then, like, you know, paint it or draw it. So yeah, that's why I did that. And I'm obsessed with those closets, and a lot of people don't realize that those closets have a lot of interactions that come with them. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm obsessed with them. Because like every age group, I think, except toddler can do stuff in there. So like play in there, cry in there, hide in there, like whatever, you know, like there's just stuff to do. What did Simon say? But anyway, I love this area too because I love this like little flea market area down here where there's always people down there, always. I love city living in general. I think it's a well done world. A couple of the like areas like uptown can be kind of empty sometimes, but I mean the views up there are gorgeous. The views from here are nice too because you can see the bridge and stuff, but that's for you to decide. But you know, that old chest of nuts. I was gonna tell you guys something. I don't know. I was putting siding up for my brother-in-law and sister-in-law the other day, and I had my headphones in, and I was like, you know, doing my thing up on the ladder. And my brother-in-law, the door was like right over there. It's the back door of their house, and he opened it up and was like, hey, to say something to me, and I was like, I about fell off the ladder. It was so funny. I don't spook easily, but I was just like in the zone. I was like, I had to cut the piece I was working on like twice because I cut it wrong the first time. Dang it. So you know, that old chest of nuts. This room was kind of hard to do because I wanted this person to have exercise equipment, but I didn't think to give them the square room with more space in it. So yeah, decorating this room was a winch. Let's put it that way. A winch. I better hope to God that I pick music that goes with this dancing, because you guys are not going to hear the music I'm listening to. I would totally play this song that I'm listening to for you, but it would get struck down with a copyright strike. I did use some kids room stuff in here, like those jerseys, because I thought it could be like jerseys that she's like went and seen the person play soccer or something, and like they signed it for her. I couldn't think of the words, so I was doing it for you. But I think all the bedrooms in here turned out really nicely. I mean, personally, that's what I think. I actually have an interview tomorrow morning, so wish me luck for that. I'm excited. Still a little disappointed about the other job, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, what can you do? You know, you say things in these interviews that you think are going to be, ooh, I just got a notification from YouTube. Laura, subscribe to my channel. Thank you if you see this in a future video. L-O-R-A, just so you know. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't think that saying that I was ambitious in an interview would turn out to be a negative thing. Oh, this is the gamer girls room. I really like this one. I used a lot of colors in it that I don't normally use, and I actually used some, I actually don't like the color purple that much. So but I just thought it would go good. And I used a lot of the movie hangout stuff, night stuff, like the chairs and stuff, like that boho theme, because they're very colorful. I did a computer setup here, which those are just TVs, but I thought it would look cute. I love that computer right there from City Living. It's like one of my favorite things that came with City Living. I wish they would make some like studio lights, because and I don't know if this is just my experience, but well, I guess it's a vlog thing, but I still feel like the vlogger, that's not even real, I think that's the word, the video station, those are supposed to be my version of Funko Pops right there on the desk right now, but that thing right there, the table with the camera and stuff on it, I don't feel like it's very realistic, because I'm sitting right now and I pretty much always sit at a desk like this one right here, that one right there, but not like this one over here, like, no. So I don't know, but maybe vloggers do. I don't know if any of you vlog, little hono, I'm just saying. We're almost to the end of this speed build right here. I hope you guys liked it. I'm messing around with a different couple speeds on different things, like if a room's going on for a long time, like putting some of the decorative stuff in there, I might speed up a little quicker. So hopefully you guys don't mind. And like I said, I'm trying to make these a little shorter, because I know sometimes a long speed build is hard to watch. So I understand that. I totally understand that. So if you're still watching, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. So here are the finished photos. This is the living room and the front door. See, one of the girls, the gamer girl, she is pretty successful and she loves her Star Wars. Fireplace area. I love this apartment. The dining room, the kitchewar. You could have some hellacious parties in this apartment. I might need to have some Sims come live in this apartment. The gamer room. I think it turned out really well, but I could be wrong. I likes it. Then the sporty girl's room. She's really athletic though. Just look at that room. And then there's a camera there so she can film herself doing exercises and yoga. And then the artistas room. I like this. I love that new wallpaper from Paranormal Stuff. It is so pretty. So here is the before photo. And there's the after. I pretty much moved every single thing. So like for instance, up here was like a bedroom and a bathroom, and then the kitchen was down here with the living room next to it, and then that room over there, the only room I didn't change is that far pink one. It didn't really change that much, but I hope you guys like how it turned out. I love how it turned out. Like I said, there's one other apartment in this building, which we're gonna do soon. And so, yeah, well guys, that's it for the speed build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This house is up on the gallery right now. We have one more to do in this building, and that will make Culpepper House finished. And I believe that is our first full building in Save My Shoe Note for the save file, Dustin Time World Save. That will be finished. That's exciting. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ding that there bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. Also, I post when I go live on Twitch, so you'll be notified of that. And you can come by and hang out with us. Get to know some of the people that hang out with me. Get to watch me build. Hear some funny stories. Hear me say some crazy stuff. But anyway, I want to thank you so much again for watching. You have an absolutely wonderful day. Love you all to pieces. Later, tater.